We'll just wait for a minute more. It's 6:30.
Sudha, who is reading today? Anybody
Would you
else?
like to read? Preeti, would you like to read today?
Yeah, sure. I would. Yes.
We're starting the part 2 today. We can.
Should I wait for another minute or should I start?
It's 6:30. We can start.
Part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll start. Part 2. Defining your highest desires and learning the mechanics of manifestation. Ninth.
One second.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm just waiting if this page has content. I don't remember. No, it starts. Here.
Ninth week. Claiming true desires. By now, your 15-minute quiet periods are easy and natural for you. If it is comfortable, you may now do more than one a day, and each period can be for a time that seems right for you. Here's a word of caution, however. Here's a word of caution, however. These quiet periods are such serene, delightful times. You don't want to lapse into them and ignore your other activities. These quiet periods are for preparation in life. Spend a short time making a contact with your higher self. Receive the energy and knowledge you have there, and then carry it into dynamic activity. Each quiet period from now on is to begin with these 7 simple steps. Number 1, sit comfortably, eyes closed, and focus on the love pulsating from your heart to all of creation. Number 2, clear your aura of all uninvited influences and send light to all thought forms around you. Number 3, close your aura to all except your higher self. Number 4, unify with the qualities of God by thinking of some of God's qualities and recognizing those qualities as your own. Number 5, state the purpose of the particular quiet period, such as to practice communicating with my higher self, to receive knowledge that is appropriate at this time, to have revealed where my thinking is not in tune with God's thought, etc. Number 6, receive the signal from your higher self and keep that signal with you for the entire period. Number 7, speak out the communication given to you in your thoughts by your higher self. By now, you are quite comfortable with your other daily practices. They are becoming more and more routine, almost automatic. Your routines throughout the day, whenever appropriate, are number 1, close your aura to all except your higher self whenever you go into crowds, near illness, or into to any negativity. Number 2, clear your aura whenever you receive your uninvited influence signal. Whenever you have a very strong thought to do so, and whenever you feel symptoms of the influence, such as irritability, exhaustion, temper, or moodiness, and then send love and light to any thought forms around you. Number 3, send love from your heart to anyone and anything throughout the day when you think about it, and feel that love actually being transmitted and then coming back to you. Number 4, send the thought of forgiveness whenever a grudge thought comes up, or whenever it appears to you that someone has hurt or is hurting you. In the evening, before going to sleep, you have two practices that you can alternate. Number 1, unify with God by thinking of God's qualities and claiming them as your own. Number 2, send love and forgiveness to your friends, family, and anyone or anything that comes to your mind. These practices during the day will take none of your time. They are just thoughts. You think all the time anyway. Now think these loving, healing, safety thoughts instead of the ordinary chatter you are used to. Before last week's review, you communicated with your higher self about the thoughts you have that are not in tune with God's thought. Started an inventory of those areas in your thinking that need correction. Soon you will begin a very sure, safe way to correct your thinking, conscious and subconscious. This week you are going to start another inventory, an inventory of your desires. What is it you want to experience? Whenever you have thought of your desires and needs, you view them largely from the vantage point of your lower self. You lacked the vision of your all-knowing intelligence. Too often, your desires were dictated by your parents, your friends, or simply your desire to win someone else's love and respect. Today, spend your quiet period receiving communication from your higher self about what it is you want to claim in life. After you have properly entered into the quiet period and received the signal from your higher self, say, please communicate to me my true desires. Have a piece of paper handy to write down your desires. Remember, you are of the same thought of God as everything else is. This means that everything in the cosmos is one with you. You are that. It is you. So everything is for your use and enjoyment. This is different than the man-made illusion called ownership. Don't confuse the two. Just remember that everything and everyone is for your enjoyment. You need only claim it for your use with love, thankfulness, and forgiveness. You can't claim and get the use and enjoyment of anything that you claim exclusively for yourself or for any selfish motive. The selfish, of course, refers to the lower self. Your motives must be selfish, the higher self. Fortunately, you need not labor over the distinctions. You simply need to ask your higher self for your true desires. These are desires in truth. These are desires that God would have you desire because they are in tune with God's thought that made creation. They are the seed thought that can give rise to your creation full of God's qualities. Your desires are to be fulfilled with love, abundance, peace, knowledge, joy, and all of God's other qualities. Write each desire down on the paper, beginning with I claim. Write only in the present tense. In reality, there is no future and no past, only the present. God is everywhere present, omnipresent. He is neither omnipast nor omnifuture. When you think of the past, you are simply imagining what might have happened. It is a creation of your limited perception and memory. It is an illusion of the illusion. The future is also your imagination that the past, as you think it was, may repeat itself with some variations. While you are busy dreaming about the past or the future, you miss the present, which is the only true reality you have. You can claim some specific desires so long as you do not claim to interfere with someone else's free will. For instance, you can claim a perfect, unconditional love relationship with Harry or Susan, but you can't claim either Harry or Susan to be your spouse or to become sexually intimate with you. A relationship based on unconditional love is in everyone's highest interest. However, whether or not someone is to marry you or become intimate with you is up to that person. Free will cannot be compromised, even by your strong and powerful desire. Be realistic. State your claim in terms you can believe are possible. I claim abundant wealth in the form of $20,000 or more each year. This is believable. Take the limit off by adding or more and or better whenever possible. After your quiet periods, examine your list of true desires. Compare it with the list of thoughts you need to correct. At this point, don't concern yourself with reconciling the two lists. Just note for your amusement how some of your present thoughts keep you from realizing your true desires. Soon, very soon, you are going to see the fulfillment of these true desires.
Thank you, Preeti. Anybody would like to share something? Shall we do a short meditation of Nitya? That-
Sorry, Sudha, I just wanted to find out, there is a paragraph. It says, about the selfish, like there are two kind of selfish. So I just needed the clarification on that, if someone can clarify something. It's on page 50.
Okay.
says you can't claim.
I think page
So
number.
that was the page. No, that was the page. Sudha, just go rather than, yeah, second
Oh.
last page. Go, yeah, again, further, scroll up. Scroll up.
Yeah, just one more.
Yeah,
One.
yeah. Yeah, this one. See,
Yeah,
here
the
it's mentioned.
second paragraph. Yeah.
Second paragraph, right.
Can you please read it again? Because I was driving, I couldn't hear much. So maybe if I can
Yeah.
hear, I can explain it. Thank you.
Sure, sure. You can't claim and get the use and enjoyment of anything that you claim exclusively for yourself or for any selfish motive. So here the self S is small. The selfish of course refers to the lower self. Your motives must be S is capital, selfish, the higher self.
Yeah, so it's very clear, everyone. The thing is, if I'm selfish for just my concern, that Prachi की life में ये 1 crore रुपया आ जाए every month as salary or as my income or as my profit, okay, that's my selfishness, okay, selfishness. But if I say that if I get 1 crore, but lots of lives will also get pretty much a substantial amount of money, and whatever I'm getting money from will benefit a lot of other lives, then it's my highest self. It's for highest good self for others as well. So my highest self is all about love. So if I'm wishing something good for my higher self, it means it's good and love for the world around me, not just me. So then it's for my higher self. That's the difference. There's one thing called lower self. Now, lower self can be equated to conscious mind, right? The 10% of a mind that, our body, our higher self is chosen, and this life as Prachi Agarwal, and the 10% mind. And 90% is my higher self, Kamal, which has lived so many lives. So if Kamal chooses something, it's only for the wellness of masses, not just me. And it's for my growth. It's for my higher self. That's the difference. Am I a little clearer now?
Yes, Prachi, thank you so much. So basically, whatever we are desiring should be for our own spiritual growth or any growth, as well as the world around us.
Yeah, so we can always start simply by saying that this or something better will unfold for the highest good of all, which means सबके अच्छे, सबके highest self के लिए जो होगा वो अच्छा होगा. So, like if I'm manifesting a crore, for example, maybe I have to get much more, and that will help many more people rather than just me. And if my intention is that if I get a crore and I am going to spend 10% out of it for empowering others, so obviously the money will come to me much more easier because it's benefiting so many more people. It's going for love. So yes, what you're saying is perfect. Or the spiritual words will be this or something better will unfold for the highest self of all. So whatever resonates with you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Prachi. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Anytime.
Prithvi, you wanted to say something? Please unmute yourself and talk.
This whole chapter is basically to understand and align our desires and our wants to the true nature of whatever we are, rather than the small things that usually comes. You will be able to manipulate even the small things later. But right now we are trying to align ourselves in the perfect way. So this chapter is all about aligning our desires with the purpose of what we are, like what Prachi said. The purpose with which we come, we have forgotten that. And basically, we start aligning ourselves with those desires. It's more talking about the prarabdha, where you kind of align your desires to what truly you need rather than what you want. So the differentiating between want and need, or want and truly need, comes in this chapter. So this is where the the work really starts on our inner selves. So this is a beautiful chapter. It'll be wonderful to, take this journey from here a little more intensely.
Thank you, Prithvi. Your pearls of wisdom are always appreciated. I swear, I mean, it gives us a new dimension into our being. So thank you so much for sharing it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Prithvi. Thank you so much.
So if everyone is okay, I'll just do a short meditation of Nitya, if everyone is okay.
So I've come up with a very simple meditation practice. It's called 4, 2, 1, 0. Right. To begin with, sit comfortably or stand wherever you are. And let your attention wander, let your eyes look around. Notice what you're seeing. And just make a gentle mental note of the different things you're seeing, wherever you are. Could be indoors, outdoors. Make a note of some of the things you're seeing. The objects in your outer experience. Now, also notice the space within which all these objects are appearing. Earlier we were only noticing outer objects. Now also notice outer space. Now, if you like, close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, I want you to become aware of inner experiences, which could include emotions, sensations, thoughts, memories, or nothing in particular. Tune in and notice inner experience, objects in your inner field of awareness. And now, also notice the inner space within which these objects of experience arise. Become attentive to inner space. So far we have explored outer objects, outer space, inner objects, inner space. Now we'll collapse. The word inner and outer, we'll collapse that. So all we have is objects and space. So notice a continuity of space from inside to outside, without the word inside outside. And a continuity of experience. Let there just be two things. And now we'll further collapse. Experience and space. There is something that's knowing both of them. There is something that's conscious of space and also conscious of experience. So come back to that unity, just the fact that something is conscious. So collapse this duality as well. And now just stay with the unity, something is conscious. consciousness. And now we come to zero, which is we ask ourselves, what is behind this consciousness? This consciousness arose with birth. What is behind this? In this moment, what is prior to consciousness? And don't try to find an answer to that. Just ask that question. What is behind this consciousness? And just stay there. Now again emerge into consciousness. Become conscious, be present. Become aware of experiences, objects in consciousness, and also space. Become aware of inside, outside, inner objects, outer objects, inner space, outer space. Take a deep breath. Slowly open your eyes. And that was a beautiful, simple journey back into our source. 4, 2, 1, 0, outer objects.
Right then, thank you, all of you, for joining today.
Thank you, Sudhaji.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Sudha.
Thank you, Sudha,
Thank
for
you,
your
Sudha.
efforts.
Thank
So
you.
blessed.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Sudha. Thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
beautiful.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay.